Hello and welcome. As an abuse survivor myself, I personally believe that it's better to prevent people from getting into abusive relationships than to try to get people out of abusive relationships. That's one of the reasons why I started this channel. And so today I'm going to be talking to you about the early warning signs that you are dealing with a controlling partner. So let's get right into it. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about 3 signs, and the third sign is what I consider to be the most important of the signs. Now, if you are not sure what coercive control is, I did a video on what coercive control is, and I'm going to be linking that up so that you can watch it. I think you should watch it first before you watch this, or either way, to give you better context of what coercive control is. So let's get into the sign. First sign that your partner is a controlling person is that they make simple decisions for you without asking for your input or without discussing with you. And when I say simple decisions, I'm talking about mundane decisions. They start off that way by making simple decisions for you. So let me give you examples just so you can get my point. Now, for instance, you go to a restaurant that they picked. And then when you get there, they tell you where to sit. They just point at someone and say, oh, I think that's the best place to sit. When you sit there, they basically, when the waiter comes with the menu, they pick, they order for you, they pick what you eat. They just say, oh, I think this is the best thing for you to eat. Trust me, you will like it. If you go out to see a movie together, they pick the movies that you're going to watch and they just say, oh, trust me, you're going to like it. Whenever you go out for a fun activity with them, you go into the park, going to, somewhere, they pick all the rides. In other words, for almost everything that you're doing with them, they are the ones making the decisions. Now, usually, you will see this sign at the beginning of the relationship, but the reason why many people overlook it is because it always seems like they're just being sweet or they're being thoughtful. Or it seems like, oh, they know you so well, that's why they know what you will like, that's why they can anticipate your wants and desires. But when this becomes a repeated pattern, the chances are that you are dealing with a controlling person. Now, am I saying that everybody that picks your movie or picks what you eat is a controlling person? Of course not. Once in a while, your partner may do this. But if they are doing it over and over, you just notice that every time you are doing something with this person, you are doing what they want. They are the ones making the call. And they will usually say things like, oh, don't worry, you will like it. Oh, don't worry, I'm sure this is what is best for you. Or, oh, don't worry, this is the perfect thing that you should do at this time. Things like that. Please be very wary of such people. I would suggest that you have a sit down with them and, basically talk to them about how you don't want them making all the decisions for you. So please don't ignore it when you start dating someone and they are taking all the simple decisions, because usually when you keep letting them have their way, what they do is they begin to explore your boundaries for that. So they begin to take liberties to do take even more important decisions for you. And because it's something they've been doing for a long time, when you complain, they are shocked, because they're like, come on, I've been making all these decisions even before now. Okay? So please be very careful. The second way that you can tell that your partner is controlling is that they will begin to suggest that you're not good at making decisions, especially decisions concerning certain things in your life. So let me give you an example before I go further. For instance, you're not the finance guru, right? You're not that well versed in things like financial investments, etc. And they are better at that than you are. So they will tell you, of course, that they are better at it than you are, and you will agree. The problem is they will now begin to make financial decisions without involving you. And when you sort of complain and say, oh, you didn't tell me we're going to spend our money on that, or you didn't tell me we're going to buy treasury bills or whatever, they will just say things like, oh, you don't know about it. Like, I know more about this than you do, so that's why I didn't bother to ask you. In a healthy relationship, even if you are not that knowledgeable, they should carry you along. They should tell you, oh, this is what I'm doing with our money. This is why I'm doing it with our money. That's the way it's supposed to work. But a controlling person will just basically always tell you that, oh, you don't know about this. I didn't want to bother you. I didn't want you to bother your sweet head worrying about the finances. That's why I'm taking control of it. You will later find out that they are doing all sorts of shady stuff with your money, okay? Let me give you another example. Perhaps you're not the best at dressing, okay? You like to wear pattern on pattern clothes. please don't wear pattern on pattern clothes, except you are one of those people who know how to combine very ridiculous things and still look fabulous. I think it's a gift. But back to my point. And they're not just, the best when it comes to combining clothes. And they will now, maybe they are better, They will always tell you that, you don't really know how to dress, so that's why they're dressing for you. So they'll be telling you things like, you should wear this, you should wear that, even if there are things that you don't like. But they'll just tell you, don't worry, I know better, I know more about this than you do, so do as I say, and all of that. Anybody who truly respects and cares for you should be concerned about how you feel about a decision they're making. Even if you don't know as much about that subject matter, they should ask you, they should discuss with you, they should not be taking decisions on your behalf. So please be very careful with someone who is always pointing out how you don't know so much about this, so that's why they are taking decisions on your behalf. That's why they didn't bother to ask. So please be very careful with someone who is constantly suggesting that you don't know what you are doing and they know better than you do. So the third sign is what I consider to be the most important sign, and that is that anytime you disagree with them, they blow up. It's like you pop the fuse or something. They go on ranting, or they begin to insult, or they just begin to act out, or they give you the silent treatment anytime you don't agree with the decision that they have made for you. So let me give you an example. There's a story I heard of a woman. When she first got married, her husband used to pick out her clothes, iron them, lay them out for her. Of course, she thought this was so nice or so thoughtful of him. Every time he'll do it, she'll be so appreciative. She'll just wear it. Until when she decided on a particular day that, she didn't want to wear that outfit. She wanted to wear something else. And then, boom, the man basically went off the handle. That's not something that should cause strife or an argument. I mean, if I pick something for you and you don't like it, that's not something that's supposed to cause a major ruckus. But for this woman, it became a major problem, and soon after, the man literally began to dictate everything that she wore. Now, when he started, she thought he was being kind and thoughtful until she decided to disagree. If you notice that your partner always blows up or acts irrationally whenever you disagree with a decision they have made for you, then that is a major sign that they may be controlling people. Because controlling people don't like to hear the words no. They don't like it when they don't have their way. They don't like it when you disagree with them, because they want to have their way all the time, at all costs, okay? Now, let me point out here that there are people who may not be trying to control you, but just have a naturally domineering nature. So they're just what people call the alpha kind of people. They just have that take charge type of, personality. Now, if that is the case, when you sit down and have a discussion with them about how you think they're taking decisions for you, they will apologize, and then you notice that they will actively be trying to change, because their intention was not to control you. Their intention, they're just naturally, dominant people. However, if you are dealing with someone who is really controlling, whose intention is really to control, when you sit down with them, when you have a conversation with them and you tell them how you think they're taking charge of your life, how they're not letting you take decisions, they will blow up, or they will try to manipulate you. They will try to guilt trip you. I did a video on the signs that your partner is guilt tripping you. I'm going to link that up. I think it's on my left hand side, nowhere, right? They'll basically try to make you feel bad for pointing out to them that you don't like the fact that they are making decisions for you. That will show you that their true intention in the first place was to be controlling, because if their intention was not to be controlling, they will listen and try to change. But if they're giving the opposite vibes, maybe they start giving the silent treatment, they start acting out of place, you are dealing with a controlling person, and please, you don't want to be with a controlling person. So it's better you take a walk quickly, because these are things that you usually notice at the very beginning of a relationship. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and please hit the subscribe button, because I'm currently doing a playlist where I'm talking about the signs of coercive control. I just finished a playlist where I spoke about manipulation tactics, so I'm going to link that up here somewhere as well. You can please watch the entire playlist. I also want to say that you please share this video with as many people as you want, because I think if people can quickly spot the signs that the person they are dating is a controlling person, they can quickly end the relationship before they go in too far. Because, of course, I've said already that it's better to prevent someone from getting into an abusive relationship than try to get someone out of it. Abusive relationships are really dangerous. They can do very, very serious harm to the victims. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.